Calaroga Shark Media.
Hi and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Kate Middleton has highlighted the power of nature in enhancing our development and well-being in a new statement. The words were shared through a series of Instagram stories where she voiced her support for the opening of the Natural History Museum's new gardens. Kate, who is currently undergoing chemotherapy following a cancer diagnosis, visited the project in 2021 to learn about its progress. In her message, Kate expressed her belief in the benefits of nature, stating, "I am hugely supportive of the museum's commitment to create a special space which encourages people of all ages to reconnect with nature and learn more about how we can protect our natural world. I know the power of nature to support our development and well-being, both by bringing us joy and helping to keep us physically, mentally, and spiritually healthy. I hope these gardens will be inspiring and transformative for the thousands of people who visit." The new gardens, located in central London, opened to the public on Thursday. They aim to support urban nature, scientific research and education, featuring a brand new bronze dinosaur, a giant 22-metre-long Diplodocus. The project includes two gardens, the Nature Discovery Garden and Evolution Garden, spread over 5 acres around the museum's site in South Kensington. The garden tells the story of the changing natural world and serves as a free-to-visit outdoor gallery and living laboratory to support nature recovery in the face of climate change. The £25 million project is expected to be one of the most intensively studied urban nature sites globally. This message follows Kate's recent public engagement where she presented the Wimbledon's men's final trophy to Carlos Alcaraz. This was her second public appearance since her cancer diagnosis. Kate, patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club, attended the event with her daughter, Princess Charlotte, and sister Pippa Matthews. Her first public appearance since her diagnosis was at Trooping the Colour last month. During that time, she opened up about her health, explaining that she has good and bad days and that her treatment could continue for several more months. She shared, "I have been blown away by all the kind messages of support and encouragement over the last couple of months. It has really made the world of difference to William and me and has helped us both through some of the harder times. I am making good progress, but as anyone going through chemotherapy will know, there are good days and bad days. On those bad days, you feel weak, tired, and you have to give in to your body resting. But on the good days, when you feel stronger, you want to make the most of feeling well. My treatment is ongoing and will be for a few more months." Thomas Crooks, the 20-year-old shooter who targeted former President Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania, had also scoped out a member of the royal family as part of his assassination plot, according to FBI revelations. Crooks was shot and killed by the Secret Service moments after he fired at Trump, grazing the former president's ear and fatally striking a supporter in the audience. FBI investigators informed Congress that Crooks had researched the unnamed royal family member online and had also considered other high-profile targets, including FBI Director Christopher Wray and U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. Investigators discovered images of Joe Biden and Donald Trump on Crooks' devices, along with dates for both political rallies and the upcoming Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Notably, Crooks had posted a cryptic message on the gaming network Steam. "July 13th will be my premiere. Watch as it unfolds." Fergie has pulled out of a major overseas appearance, citing a clash with King Charles and Queen Camilla. The Duchess of York, who has authored several romance novels, had been due to appear at a literary festival in Australia later this year. However, organisers of the Festival of Fiction, which is due to take place on October 19th in the city of Perth, have revealed that Fergie has decided to withdraw from the festival. They took to Instagram to announce Fergie's regret at the cancellation and in a statement said it was because she did not want to distract or detract in any way from the tour of Australia by His Majesty the King, which has recently been announced. It was confirmed by Buckingham Palace at the weekend that both Charles and Camilla will be travelling to both Australia and Samoa on a royal tour later this year. However, organisers said Fergie would be eventually visiting Perth on November 1st and would be holding a special talk and book signing event in the Australian city then. Fergie has not been a working royal since she divorced ex-husband Prince Andrew back in 1996. She appeared to be completely cast from the royal fold, but in recent years appears to have been welcomed back in. At Christmas, she joined the royals at Sandringham for their annual walk to church on Christmas morning and attended a memorial service for the former King Constantine of Greece at Windsor Castle in February. In March, she was also among a select few members of the royal family that joined King Charles for the annual Easter Sunday service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. Charles and Camilla's trip to Australia will be their first since the King ascended to the throne back in September 2022. Australia is one of 14 realms where Charles is head of state, However, the trip will not see the royal couple visit New Zealand due to the King's ongoing treatment for cancer. The pair will undertake a tour of both countries in October 2024, Buckingham Palace said. However, doctors have advised against a further extension to the visit. No firm dates have yet been given. The Australian leg of the trip, at the invitation of the country's government, will see them carry out engagements in the Australian Capital Territory and New South Wales. In Samoa, they will celebrate the strong bilateral relationship between the Pacific Island nation and the UK. And the couple is expected to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM 2024. The CHOGM brings together delegations from 56 countries in Africa, the Caribbean and Americas, Europe, Asia and the Pacific. Buckingham Palace says the couple's program will be subject to doctors' advice with any necessary modifications to be made on health grounds. A previously hoped-for trip to New Zealand is not taking place because the King's doctors advised that an extended program should be avoided to prioritise his continued recovery, a palace spokesperson said. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Costello Carina left us a 3-star review saying, "Give Harry a break. I enjoy the show, but stop hating on Harry and MM 24/7. Costello Carina via Apple Podcasts, United States of America, June 30th, 2024. Well, I did speak about this yesterday, and, this really wouldn't be much of a podcast if I had to leave Harry and Meghan out of it, but to be fair, we haven't mentioned them yet, once, today. King Charles met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky during his visit to the UK. President Zelensky praised UK resolve as European leaders gathered for a summit held at Blenheim Palace by Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer. Zelensky tweeted, "I have arrived in the UK to participate in the summit, hold bilateral meetings with partners and sign new security agreements. A separate program is scheduled for our relations with the United Kingdom. I will meet with His Majesty King Charles III, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, government officials and executives from defence companies." The King's engagements have been limited following his cancer diagnosis, but he was present for state opening of Parliament earlier this week. King Charles is facing scrutiny online after appearing a bit tetchy during the state opening of Parliament. The speculation started when a clip of Charles being seated in the House of Lords just before delivering the King's speech was shared online. In the video, when a page boy tried to adjust the monarch's robe over the sovereign's throne, the King seemed to pull his hand back suddenly and attempted to rearrange it himself. Despite the silence in the chamber, the microphone near Charles managed to pick up the sound of the monarch saying "thank you" to the page boy twice. However, people were quick to criticize the King for his apparent attitude, with some accusing him of having a temper tantrum, claiming he seemed cross and rude. This is not the first time Charles has faced backlash for appearing rather tetchy. In 2022, the King made headlines for getting frustrated over fountain pens on 2 separate occasions in what became known as Pengate. Days after the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, which led him to inherit the throne, the monarch was seen getting frustrated that an inkwell was still on the table and gestured for an aide to remove it quickly. A second incident occurred at the signing ceremony of Northern Ireland's Hillsborough Castle, where he was heard on camera claiming in frustration that he can't bear this bloody thing when a pen started to leak. Charles later joked about the whole saga in his State of Nation address in the City of London, saying the British gave a great ability to laugh at ourselves. He added, "Just as well, you may say, given some of the vicissitudes I have faced with frustratingly falling fountain pens this year." And there you have it. A Harry and Meghan-free episode of Palace Intrigue. That would not be the case tomorrow. If you'd like to email us with all my mispronunciations, the address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, the app of your choice. And remember, you can get this show commercial free, and we've got all sorts of new merch and fun things. You can get the links for those in the episode or show notes. Thanks very much for supporting the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.